All right, thank you very much, Jerry. I want to take a closer look now at the law that federal prosecutors are using to charge Bruno. It's a provision of the federal mail and wire fraud law called the Honest Services Provision. As we said, to do that, we're going to bring in Tom Carr. Tom is a legal expert, a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney. He's also currently a member of the Tully Rinckey law firm in Albany. And Tom, thanks for being with us tonight.
No problem.
Well, explain away exactly, what is the Honest Services Provision? And it seems awful broad-based. Is there any worry about it gives people so much leeway in prosecution?
Well, it is very, very broad-based, and that's something that the courts have had difficulty with all over the country. There is no uniform definition of what honest services are, who owes an honest service, and to whom they owe the honest service. So it's very, very broad, and the federal prosecutors use it as a catch-all when they can't indict somebody on other more specific charges.
And you say catch-all, and Joe Bruno is saying, well, everyone should be afraid now because, legislators here in New York are supposedly part-time. He's saying he's just trying to make an honest living. Is there a fear that this can be used for, whatever the prosecutor wants and not what, legally we should be using it for?
Theoretically, it could. In fact, one of the federal courts, the Seventh Circuit, had said that it's so broad it can be used against private individuals. Now, at the same time, I don't think anybody has to worry about federal prosecutors going wild trying to indict everybody and anyone for anything. It's something that they seem to be using mostly against public officials, and mostly when they feel that they have done something wrong, that they may not be able to indict them on something, for instance, like bribery or accepting illegal gratuities. Instead, they use this overarching catch-all provision, and that is what the basis that they're going forward on against Joe Bruno.
And let me ask you if I have this one thing right. It's my understanding that prosecutors don't have to prove that there was ever any quid pro quo, that Bruno actually did something in return for anything he may have gotten, but just that he did indeed get something. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's not a simple, one-for-one transaction. What this covers is what they call a scheme to defraud. So what the allegations in the indictment are saying, for instance, that Joe Bruno persuaded some unions that they might want to hire a particular investment advisor firm, and then once the union did that, the investment firm may have given Joe Bruno a referral fee. At least that's what they're alleging in the indictment.
All right, we'll obviously hear much more about this as we go down the road. Tom Carr, thank you for that explanation, because I think a lot of us really haven't heard of this before, so it's interesting to hear. Thank you, Tom.
No problem.